Hello, I'm going to walk you through setting up Vista 3270 on a Windows system. First thing we need to do is open up a browser and go to www.tombrennansoftware.com. And this is the website. We're going to go down to download, and we're going to grab the latest version of Vista. And if you're prompted, make sure you save it somewhere. And then we're going to open up the folder where it got downloaded to. There it is. It's an installer, so we're going to double click on that. You may or may not see this pop up, but this is just saying, are you sure you want to run this? And it's the thing we just downloaded, so yes, we do want to run that. And this comes up with a fairly standard set of install prompts. Where do you want to put it? What do you want to call it? Here's the summary. I'm going to go ahead and click install and install this thing. And there it goes. I can click OK because I'm done. And I can close the installer, and I can close all this other stuff. I don't need that anymore. So here's the program that it installed. I'm going to double click on that to launch it, and it will look like this. And now you'll get this prompt. You will have to change the host IP name or alias. That is either on a web page or in an email that you got, most likely, along with your username and password. So make sure you change that. It might not be the same one that you see on the screen here, so double check that before you hit connect. But once you have it, go ahead and hit connect. And here we are at the ZOS login screen. If you are provided with a registration code, let's enter that right here. We're going to do that by going up to help and scrolling down to enter registration code. And we are not going to show you in this video the username and registration code. If you need them, they were probably provided to you in an email. So you just type those out here and then hit OK. That will extend the trial period of this software past the default 30-day period. You get this little note saying registration was successful. Hit OK. We can close that and close this. And now we have our window. Let's get to work over here. I want to show you this menu over here. This is the font menu, and I can use this to select the different fonts. I can also make the fonts bigger, smaller, wider, taller, everything. I can even change the colors in here. So if you want to do that, that's located right in there. I'm going to go ahead and make this just a little bit larger. That's kind of nice. Under the option menu, you also have this keyboard edit. Now, this will come in handy once you get really used to using the console and you want to speed things up a little bit. This shows you a virtual view of the keyboard, and you can see what all the keyboard modifiers do for each of the keys. So just know where that is. We're going to close out of that. And now we're ready to actually start logging in. Notice where my cursor is. It is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. The easiest way to get your cursor where it's supposed to be is by using the tab key. That'll cycle through all the input fields. If you try using your mouse or the arrow buttons, you might land yourself somewhere you're not supposed to type, and then it gets all confusing and difficult. So just use the tab key. Make sure you're in the bottom left corner again. I'm going to type LOGON, again, in this bottom left-hand corner here, followed by a space, then followed by my user ID. Now, my user ID, and this is just for illustration purposes, is Z #####, 5 hashes. Your user ID is probably something like Z12345 or Z54321. What I'm getting at, it's probably Z followed by a couple of characters. So we're going to type that out and then hit enter. Here we're being prompted for our password, so we're going to do just that. We're going to enter in the password that we probably got in an email or something like that. And again, make sure your cursor is in the right spot. It should be right underneath that IKJ message right there, just like it looks on my screen. So type out your password. It will not show up on the screen as you type it, so make sure you type it carefully, and then hit enter. Now we arrive at this TSO login screen, and there's my user ID. Everything looks good, so I'm going to hit enter. And it comes right back and tells me current password has expired. You'll only see this the first time you log into the system because your password was set to automatically expire the first time you logged in. You've logged in, so now it's time to change your password. Think of an 8-character password and make sure your cursor is over there on the right side next to new password. If it's not there, use your tab key to get there. So type that out and then hit enter. And it wants to make sure we entered it correctly. So type it twice and hit enter. And here we see some new stuff. On the second line there, it says logon in progress. That's good. That means it accepted our new password and we're getting logged into the system, and it is just getting everything all ready for us. So we'll just wait for a little while it does that. A couple seconds later, we get this screen right here with those 3 stars at the bottom. Whenever you see 3 stars at the bottom of the screen, the screen is holding for you. It says, I want to make sure you see this. When you're done, hit enter. So we're going to hit enter and move on to the next page. Here we are in ISPF. We have officially logged into a mainframe. Congratulations. One thing I want to show you how to do really quickly so you can get back here easily is to right-click on the icon for Vista 3270 in the taskbar and select Pin to Taskbar. That'll make it a whole lot easier to launch this next time. You just get to click on the icon. And now we can actually get started with the contest, or we can log out and come back to it. If you want to get started, then have fun, get started. If you're ready to log out, type =X and then hit enter, and that will log you out of the system. And that's it. You're all set. Good luck and have fun.